Ryan, huge congratulations. Yet another straight set win. That must be a really good feeling.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting a bit more from James tonight, but obviously it's the most money that he's probably ever won in a tournament, the same as me as well. But I felt like my experience kind of showed in the end a little bit there, and I was kind of waiting for him, maybe when I was two sets and up, for him to sort of kick into gear and really put me under pressure, but it didn't quite happen for him. And, you know, I've been in that position where, you know, you've been playing well when you play a game and, you know, it doesn't quite happen for you. And, yeah, I'm just happy to get the win.
To make the quarterfinals without dropping a single set so far, that's some achievement. You must be really proud of how you've done so far. Yeah,
so my next match, if I lose a set, hopefully it doesn't just steamroll when I lose 5-0 or something, you know. So, yeah, obviously not to lose a set is great. And, yeah, I just try and rely on myself just to play well. That's all you hope for as a dart player, is to get on the stage and produce the darts that you know you're playing on the practice board. And didn't feel like that quite happened tonight, but when I look at it as 100 average, and you know, that's fantastic. If you told me before I started the match tonight I was going to average 100, I'd have ripped your arm off, you know. So, you know, in the biggest game of my career, you know, and I'll take it and look forward to my next game. Yeah,
another ton plus average and 50% on the doubles. How confident are you with your game right now? Because it seems like it's at as good a spot as it's almost ever been.
Yeah, like I said, I've switched darts. You know, it's, like I said, it's not probably the best time of year to be switching darts. I've only been using them for sort of the last 6-7 weeks, and you know what I've been hitting in practice has been phenomenal, you know. So if I can replicate what I'm doing on the practice board, then I'll be dangerous.
And you've got Andreas Harrison or Johnny Clayton in the quarterfinals. Now you've broken that glass ceiling and got as far as you've ever got. How far do you think you can really go?
Yeah, I think if I can play my game that I know I can play, there's no reason why I can't go the whole way, you know. And if I didn't believe that, and if other players didn't believe that, then you know, there's no point in being here, you know. So I met Johnny in town earlier. We were walking back from getting a coffee, and we saw him in town, and we had a chat for 5-10 minutes, and sort of said to him, you know, if we both win, we'll play each other, and you know, if we win, I'll look forward to that. If not, I'll play Andreas, and you know, they're both fantastic players on their day, and I look forward to it.
Congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Ryan, congratulations. You touched on going all the way. Who would your dream final be against, Luke or Gary? Which one would you prefer in the final?
Oh, that's a tough question there. You put me right on the spot. I think it'd be good if me and Gary play each other in the final, just because, you know, we practice together, and it would have to be different from our practice sessions because he hammers me, you know. So yeah, obviously if me and Gary played each other, it'd be fantastic. But if not, me and Luke. And I was with Luke's son at breakfast this morning. We were playing with his cars, you know, chucking them across the table and stuff. And you know, it's a good laugh. And yeah, whoever it is, it'd be cool. But like I say, we can't look any further than our next game. And yeah, we look forward to it.
Hard to believe this is your first TV quarter-final since the match play in 2023. Someone of your ability, is that a hard stat, and surprised even you that you haven't kicked on from?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm a massive underachiever as far as majors and stuff is concerned. But also on the other hand, when you look at the draws that I've had, and you know, I played Littler in the match play, and you know, he played phenomenal against me in the first game, and you know, Price in the Grand Prix, and Aspinall in the Grand Prix the year before when he was on a double after 9 in the deciding leg, and you know, things like that. And yeah, it's a bit of a pill to swallow, but I feel like now I've got a little bit more of a stronger mentality, and I'm kind of ready for sort of bigger matches.
Obviously telling the world as well that you haven't got your other half a birthday present. It's going to cost you a bit more tomorrow shopping-wise, is it?
I know, yeah. I was trying to look for a Poundland to try and pick us something up, you know what I mean? So, yeah, got a couple of days off now. Try and stay away from Rachel Gary's partner, because she's always trying to get Sophie out shopping with my card. So we were trying to avoid her at all costs. And, yeah, like I say, I'm, you know, over the moon to be in my next round now, and I can't wait.
Well done, Ryan. You said that was the biggest game of your career, bigger than reaching the final of a major?
Yeah, I think so, just because what's potentially at the end of this. You know, when I reached the final at Minehead against Peter, and I hit a 177 to leave 24, and he took out 62 last start. You know, who's saying that after I left 24 whether I was going to hit it or not. You know, it's one of those things. I might have missed 3 darts and he might have won. So yeah, like I say, the potential of this tournament now with the rankings, I think I'm back in the top 16 now, which is where I feel I belong. And I think it's only up from here.
Yeah, back in the top 16 and only £1,500 off Gary Anderson, someone that hammers you in practice, but you're not too far off on the order of merit.
Like I say, there's levels to this game, and Gary's up there with one of the best that's ever thrown a dart. So it wouldn't surprise me if Gary was to go on and make the final. So if I can just keep building on what I'm doing, I'll be happy.
But to say you could overtake him in the order of merit with one more win.
Yeah, I could, but he has to lose next game, and obviously he's playing Michael next, which is a fantastic game, and I look forward to watching it.
Hello Ryan, well done on that win. As Josh said there, you've really jumped up the rankings now, and you still could go even further. With the ranking increases in this tournament, obviously because of the bigger prize money, do you think that will make you or make other players rethink their schedule next year when you're looking at Players' Championship events or Euro Tours with smaller prize money, because this is the big one, this is the one where you can go huge jumps?
Yeah, it's hard, but to be fair, I like to play as much as I can, and I moan a lot about it on social media about all the travelling and stuff, but you need to be doing everything if you want to keep your arm in and feel like you're sharp. So I'll carry on playing as much of the schedule as I can.
How comfortable are you feeling on the stage? Because like you said earlier, you've not dropped a set. You're averaged a ton there. It was a really good performance against Martin Schindler. No one's really even getting close to you in the sets, it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those where I feel like I'm having a bit of luck where people aren't really turning up against me, and I don't know whether that's just them having a bad day or me kind of putting the pressure on them and really putting them under it, where they feel like they have to really play well to beat me. So potentially a little bit of both. I've had texts from Davey saying I'm jammy and stuff like that with my draw and whatever else, but it's a bit of fun. We always text each other about our draws, and no matter who we play, you could draw Van Gogh and I could say you're jammy with your draw, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of fun we have, and it's just one of those really.
On the stage we don't see a lot of emotional celebrations, but if you was to win the World Championship, what could we expect from you?
I don't know, I might sort of wave to the crowd a little bit or something. I don't know. I might
can't go too crazy.
Might push the boat out a little bit. You know what I mean? But honestly, if I was to win that, I don't know what I'd do. So hopefully, you might see that in the future.
Might do. Good luck, Ryan. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations, Ryan. Was it important in a match like that to jump on James's inexperience at this level and stage of the competition?
Yeah. So obviously, coming into the game, I said today that I wasn't really thinking about this match too much. I was just sort of chilling with the family in the hotel and, try not to think about it. When I got here, I was kind of like, right, just win the bull in the practice room. I managed to do that and just put him under as much pressure as possible in the match and just try and put him under it. And, I managed to do that in the end. And, like I say, I think my experience showed through in the end, and he didn't play to the best of his ability. But it's hard when you're playing for this sort of ranking money, and I'm really proud of how I played. It didn't feel like I played that well, but there's a lot more to come.
And you produced really big numbers yesterday and big numbers today, but like you say there, you're not feeling like it is a really good performance. What constitutes a really good performance, and how much more levels have you got?
I feel like I've got a load more levels, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I could win the match 12 legs to nil, and I could hit 11 9-darters. If I didn't hit 12, I'd be fuming about it, So I'm kind of that personality where everything's got to be perfect. And obviously in darts that doesn't happen, you get all the different outside pressures and stuff. But like I say, to win the match tonight 4-0 is fantastic, and I look forward to my next round in a few days' time.
And we touch on the big stage form. Is it pleasing now to bring your solid floor form and Euro Tour form to these big stages?
Yeah, you say solid floor form and Euro Tour form. I've been terrible on the Euro Tour this year. Next year I'm defending loads on the Euro Tour. I kind of thought I'd cracked the Euro Tour last season, but this season I've just not performed for whatever reason. but I feel like I've cracked something on the big stage now with my focus and how I've played. So I look forward to, the rest of the tournament and the beginning of next season and as we go forward.
Well done.